Well, ladies and gentlemen, we were back. So, last time I stopped, let me see. I think I got some better stuff. Shut the fuck up, Golem, please. Jesus. Oh, it disappeared. No. I thought it was, for some reason, I thought it was hand weapon, hand guard. Not better than the one I'm using. This is better. Yo, dude, take this one.
A good choice.
Let's go back to town and, like,
I am returning to town.
break this stuff. So, without blue balling anyone, plus, let me tell the tale about what happened on the last session of RPG. And before, let's hear that fucking thing.
My dearest Heydrich, do not feel despair, my love. You did everything you could. Our time together meant more than words can say. But in the end, fate is a cruel mistress. Your strength is needed to end the horrors that beset this world. My final wish is that you find your path. Love always. Mira.
So, let me give you a little bit of a backstory about the world and everyone plays it. So, it's a future-ish. It's modern/future-ish. We don't have flying cars or stuff like that, and we do have magic, but we too have cybernetic implants and stuff like that. So, the group starts with a mission. Very simple. They are all mercenaries. They do contracting works like for killing creatures and stuff like that. Then okay, there is a simplest problem. Everyone has they work for a broker, and the broker has leverage over everyone. So sometimes he ordered the group to do missions for free, and everyone has different relationship about that. Some people understand the mission the guys asking they to do are like necessary. Other people just hate the guy. And the leverage was something that was really bad. Something that I said to the players, come up with something that really can fuck your character over. Like, it's a death sentence. So, the game starts, and I explained the concept of a dead man switch implant. To give a little backstory, the dead man switch implant is simply a way of someone not being fucked over by a lot of people. This guy, he had this implant who would send information for someone he trusts or something like that. So if he ended up dying, everyone from the group would get fucked too. Remember, everyone came up with the sentence, and I explicitly said, try to come up with things then on the future during the game you will be able to solve it. There will be a quest line. And we did. First session starts. I explained the dead man switch, I explained everything, how it worked, how the functionality. And I asked the question if anyone had any doubts, and nobody had. So, at this point, I'm going to explain the classes. We had 5 players. 1 player came to the section. He was sick. He kind of broke his leg, so he could not come. So okay, stuff happened. Shit happened for spikes. So what ended up happening? Let's first explain the classes. That's kind of important. We have a knight. Knights on the game is different. They utilize a little bit of magic to generate
criminals treated in your land?
There are no criminals among the priests of Rathma, though outsiders may see us in that light.
It grieves me to hear that.
Okay, thanks for your fucking Blighted Grasp. Okay, that's everything. I'm gonna just look to. I don't like the new one. So, knights utilize a little bit of magic to create an armor. So they normally will boast melee weapons and stuff like that. They only can use melee weapons, so that's the gimmick. You have the trade-off not being able to use guns, but you have that sort of a magical armor, and he's the tank class of the group. The second one was a mage. Mages work classically style. The only difference is you don't have like fireballs or stuff like that on the game.
Not possible.
You literally have runes and concepts. You utilize the runes and the concepts to create the magic that you're gonna use. It's like you have to craft the spell that you're gonna use. Place on your grimoire, and as long as you have the essentia is the magic fuel of the world, you're capable to cast. And he had placed a lot of investigation on this character. So his main focus, he would be the magical forensic guy. He tried to investigate magical disturbance on the fucking thing. We have a pet class. The name we gave it was Revenant. The effect is you're capable of having pets that can transform into a weapon. It's kind of a living weapon style of thing. And that player that I said, and literally everyone kind of grow overly attached, over dependent. He built a Revenant with kind of a phoenix. The name that we gave on the game is Firecrawl. He's he does not revive, but he's a firebird for fucking. He's the Moltres style of thing. So, first thing first, they discover the guy's dead, so they have 7 days, and they knew the amount of time it would take to, like, the information go to the next person. So they go to the house of the guy and they start to investigate. The body's still there. That is something strange. Normally, if a mercenary group goes to kill somebody, they buy a cleaner. If you watch John Wick, you can kinda have the idea of that guy when his home got invaded. He paid that group of guys to clean the place. Let's hear the lyric stuff.
Keep your distance from him. This burden is mine to bear. May death bring peace from your madness, Leoric.
Traitors! Even in death, the armies of Condorus will still obey their king, even if you will not.
So, everyone starts to getting crazy about the guy died, the body's still there, so something happened. So, what people do? The guy who has investigation and like all traits on investigation, finding, tracking, all of that, he uses investigation once. Investigation allow you get like small hinting or trying to pinpoint small things, then it's wrong with the scenario. He tried to do and he failed, like not for much, but he does fail.
We have just arrived in Tristram. I must say, I'm a bit dismayed. This place is a backwater filled with serfs and an ancient broken-down monastery. Hardly fit for the king of Condorus. I cannot fathom why Lazarus was so intent on this becoming our new seat of power.
but he never thought on using it again.
You dare to bring the warmth of life into my tomb?
We shall put you down, Hellspawn.
The fact is, we have a second Revenant who has a dog. A kind of a dog. It's kind of the Amateurize from Kami and stuff like that. So it's a fire dog. The thing has naturally tracking, so she don't have to use tracking. And we have a problem again. There was literally a safe hiding on a place, and that was one of the main ways the players would get the next part. They wouldn't need to find the combination and stuff like that, but they didn't find the safe. They literally didn't try to search too much for the safe. So, what do players do next? They leave the house. I thought, okay, there is still a lot of ways they can try to use it. Oh, I missed one thing. There was a computer, notebook, but it didn't have the hard drive. And there was a character who had computing. It was not like a larger amount of the character shit, but it was enough to know basic in computing. So he would, if he rolled to try to find something, I would inform him that the computer does not have hard drive, but still there is other ways the computer can store information. For example, you still have this flash drive, you still have a drive, a CD drive, it still has micro SDs and stuff like that. Would have a micro SD with information.
A fetid, pallid malaise has fallen over the manor we now call home. Young Albrecht seems to be enjoying himself in our new home, however. Perhaps I am simply suffering from an imbalance of humors brought on by the recent change of climate.
So, the players missed the safe because the guy failed once, like for a 70, so it was a high and he kinda knew he failed, but he never tried using it again.
Are you ever afraid in battle?
Emotion weighs little on the priests of Rathma.
Okay,
We
thanks.
are both blessed then. My faith armors me against fear.
The second, they do not try to look up on the computer. They literally saw the fucking thing don't have a hard drive. They literally throw the fucking thing out of the way.
You will never defeat me!
The second,
You were defeated the moment you surrendered to madness.
then I start to think, well, we maybe start having a problem. Like, it's difficult, it's starting getting difficult to lead the players to a real life where they need to go to proceed, since they literally botched the... Oh, fuck my life. They literally botched the beginning part of the campaign. So, I've started thinking what I could do next. There was an NPC who kinda had information, then I placed it would not be the guy who would have the fine information. And they decide to pester the guy. They pester the guy not the way like they should. They start pestering the guy about not getting the information, trying to investigate. They literally started following the guy everywhere. Until the guy was literally pissed the fuck off with them. So there was not much that I could do. And all of this fuck up lasts like 2 sections, 2 entire sections.
I'm afraid not.
The first section was that. They not arriving at a conclusion, they did not know what they should do. And we go for the second section. When finally I understood what they were doing wrong. They didn't understand the fact they were supposed to find the information, the guy who received the information. They were trying to find, like, the guy who killed the fella. Okay. They had the second session to solve their problem. And let me tell you how that didn't work.
That is not possible.
Instead of trying to find literally, someone came up with one of the worst ideas at all. The guy faked his own death.
That is not possible.
Then I looked and said, "Are you sure that everyone looked and said, "Yeah." Like, the guy literally faked his own death. There's no other way. Then I made the question. So, what you're planning to do about it? And the answer was, well, nothing. Why? Well, he faked his own death, so he gonna contact us later. You saw the body, right? Everyone looked to each other and said, yes, but... Yes, there's necromancers and someone could do a plastic surgery to make the guy appear like someone else or stuff like that. But the authorities would have been able to cut up because since there's magic, the authorities has a department about that, so... And I looked to everyone, so you're literally gonna pass the... Like, they had 4 days to do the stuff. They still have a lot of days to find the solution. And they said, yeah, we're not gonna do anything. We're gonna wait the guy contact us. Because he fixed his own death for some reason. So I looked to everyone and said, you sure that's gonna be what you're going to do? Because that's the plot. In my head, that's the plot hook for the campaign. And I don't have the fuck out of it. How are you gonna place you out on the campaign if you die? Like, by waiting. Because, well, the Dead Man Switch would be one of the plot hooks. They would need to find all of that bullshit and stuff. And they did say, yeah, we just gonna wait. There's no chance in hell that we're gonna do anything else. So I looked to everyone and said, so, the campaign is over. Everyone looked, why? Because no, the guy didn't die. The guy didn't fake his own death, he died. And everyone looked to each other and said, fuck, we did fuck up this badly? I looked at everyone and said, yeah, you did. And that was my tale of the first big time that I did a TPK. I didn't yet come back to the group because right now I don't have an idea of how I'm going to do the second part of the campaign.
Excellent.
And really, it kind of bummed me down a little bit. The way the campaign ended. So in the end thing, I don't know. Because literally, the fact was, everyone decided on a unanimous thing. Then the right decision it was not do anything. And throughout the entire game, I always said to everyone, look, not doing something is equal the wrong decision. But in the end, maybe I did wrong on the way I DM'd the fucking thing. But yeah, that was it. Not much to say. Let's skip the Diablo just need to tear that out of
We'll
myself.
feast at the inn when this is all over, my friend. This is unexpected. How did you come here?
I remember falling.
Who are you?
I am not your enemy. I think. Yes, I believe I have come with a warning. The darkness. The darkness is coming. I don't remember.
You must get to safety. Then we will find answers.
So, yeah, I don't know. The end fact was simple. They missed like 2 plot points, 3 plot points in the house of the guy who was dead, and after that they arrived with the 2 wrong conclusions. The first one was they need to find not the information, but the guy who killed it.
I believed it was a fallen star. But in truth, it was only a man. And of course, his memories have vanished. Perhaps Deckard Cain will know more.
So, they decided the right idea was simply go and, how can I say, find the guy who killed and they tried during the first 3 days, but they tried on the most, like, idiotic way. For example, they literally thought the guy would come from day at some point, so they tried to hide. And then when they decide they didn't want the guy to come today, they want to come to the guy. And the guy wouldn't come. It was a part of the campaign a little bit forward. It would not happen like for a long period of time. So in the end, after they decide that they switch around, like on the 3rd day, the last day thing, they switch around like really hardcore. They literally flipped. Decided to like try to blend in with people, not draw attention. They literally tried to draw the most attention they could without getting arrested or stuff. And then they decide the guy is not dead. And I look at them and say, you're kind of crazy, but fine, it's the decision and you all took together, so whatever.
I would like to hear more about your grandfather, the Chancellor.
Not much to tell. I lived with my father in Chaldeum at the time. We heard that my grandfather stayed in Tristram until the end, trying to save lives. Don't know if he succeeded, but there it is. When the Skeleton King fell, my grandfather was dying from a sword wound. He had the crown sealed with him to keep it safe.
He made his choice then.
And it's kind of, I don't know. I think it's probably my fault. I think maybe I should give him more hints. There was a point where I played the character from someone's background to point a conversation between the characters, and they literally was so focused on finding the guy, they literally ignored the character and said, "Fuck, we need to do
Back
other
at your
things."
forge already?
Work needs doing. No one is going to do it for me.
You were quite upset about Mira.
I don't want to talk about my wife. Dead is dead and gone is gone. Do you want work done or not?
I found him in the crater.
No man could survive such a thing. Who are you? What are you?
A warrior, I think. I came bearing grave news, but I cannot remember.
Great.
Your message might be all that can save us from impending doom.
This is an amazing thing. I have a message, a very important message. What? I don't fucking remember. Thanks, Captain Hindsight.
Tell me everything you remember, stranger. Every detail.
Falling. Fire. A sword of great power. It was part of me. But it shattered into 3 pieces as I fell.
It is vital that we find those pieces. I believe the sword made whole will restore your memory.
The goatmen are rampaging through the fields. Could the sword have anything to do with that?
Of course, of course. Just as the dead rose around the stranger, the sword pieces drove the goatmen to madness.
It's possible. We'll have our answers once I retrieve the sword.
Yeah, let's talk with the Templar.
Were you born into the Templar Order?
No. Our scripture says, as a farmer reaps his wheat, so must the Order harvest and purify the weeds.
And you do not take offense to that?
You speak out of kindness, but you do not understand. When they took me, they saved my life and my immortal soul.
Okay.
The Horodrim were powerful mages gathered together by the Archangel Tyrael to defeat the 3 prime evils, Diablo, Mephisto, and Baal. They devoted themselves fully to the destruction of the demon lords and left behind valuable tomes and teachings.
And you are connected to them, right?
My ancestor was the leader of the Horodrim, Jared Kane. When the Horodrim died out, their tomes stayed in my family. I was thrilled by tales of the Horodrim as a little boy, but it wasn't until I returned to them as an adult that I realized they contained deeper truths.
Then we're fucked. Literally, the entire Diablo universe is a simple, we're fucked.
Tyrael is the angel of justice. He has been helping mankind for generations, though he is forbidden to do so in any direct manner. Long ago, the high heavens and the burning hells made a pact as a result of the Sin War that they would not interfere in our world.
So Tyrael is bound to his word even though the demons have broken their pact.
The Angiris Council, the archangels that lead heaven, almost destroyed our world once to keep the demons from spreading their corruption upon it. If Tyrael were to act directly, it would alert the Council to the demons' activities here and imperil us all.
Yeah, because they cannot see the fucking thing. Oh, the fucking thing is bad.
Do you remember anything else yet?
Only that there were surges of light and a kind of pain.
You seem unwell.
The emptiness gnaws at me. It is a constant frustration.
There is no need for that. I will return the sword soon.
Let me see, I need to take the thing out of the crawl and place this one. Part of me wants to place that into the weapon. Because I think I have a cool weapon to use it. No. It's not this one. Fuck, I think I don't have any more. Nah, probably is on the significant additional damage for the point of. It probably is on the cube right now. I broke to give to the cube. So, do I go... Now it's an interesting question. Do I going to turn this... using this gems here on the weapons too? Well, probably. To be honest, I will probably do. So, I'm gonna stop for a while, see what I have, like, since finished the season, shove the things were in the inventory of my characters to the stash, and decide if I'm going to use stuff or not. I'm already using one. Look, the only thing I can promise is I'm not gonna use anything to help me level up. Only the normal stuff, then I drop, not this stuff. But, if I reach level 70, I will start to using these fucking things. As you see, none of they are kinda big, but you got the idea. This was the video, ladies and gentlemen, so thank you for watching, and as always there will be other channels and some links on the description for you to check it out. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, and if you want to see what comes next, please do a subscribe. As always, I thank you for watching, and see you next video.